This is Janet at the West End Library in Laurelton, Pennsylvania. The book review for this month will be 3-Inch Teeth by C.J. Box. I have read most of C.J. Box's books revolving around Joe Pickett, who is a game commissioner in rural Wyoming, and have thoroughly enjoyed all of them. Since C.J. Box lives in Wyoming and basically lives a style of life similar to the main character, Joe Pickett, it adds a homegrown flavor to the books. If you enjoy the outdoors, wildlife, and the Grand Tetons in Wyoming, then the Joe Pickett novels are for you. The book begins with a lot of action right from the beginning, with a rogue grizzly bear attacking a young man, mauling him, then forming a cache for later. Joe Pickett is called in to accompany the predator attack team to the site of the bear attack. They found the cache with the young man's body and began tracking the bear. Joe set a snare in the hopes that they would be able to catch it. Because the bear attack had been on the news, an animal protection group showed up to try and stop the team from tracking the bear, stating that it was probably a certain female bear that had lost 3 cubs and they felt it was her. The name of the animal protection group was Mama Bears. While tracking the bear, one of the attack team was attacked by the bear and mauled as well. The mama bears, after witnessing the horrifying scene, left the scene immediately. A couple of days after the bear attacks, Dallas Cates was released from prison by a woman who had befriended him by writing to him while in prison. There are 5 people Cates blames for his incarceration, and he aims to seek revenge. A 6th person was added to the list, being a prison guard who had stolen a prize belt from Cates, which he had won from his bronco busting days. So Cates, using the bear attacks as an idea on how to get rid of the 5 people involved with his incarceration, he breaks into a museum and steals the head and paws off of a stuffed bear who had been known as Zeus due to his massive size. Taking the bear parts to a person he knew who could come up with any kind of apparatus, a mechanical bear was devised. While Joe is trying to track the actual grizzly, Cates begins his revenge by using the mechanical bear to kill people. When more bear killings begin to be reported, Joe's wife begins looking into the dynamics of such an event occurring. Considering the later bear attacks happened hundreds of miles away, it didn't make sense that it was the same bear. The thought began to come out that there were 2 rogue bears. Until Joe was notified, Dallas Cates was released from prison, which he was supposed to be notified when that occurred and had not been. After the second group of bear attacks began happening and it was discovered that a museum had been robbed, Zeus had been dismembered, and body parts removed, then an idea began to form as how the others so far away were being attacked and that it was a ruse. Joe called in the assistance of his friend Nate Romanowski, who was a professional falconer, to get the feel for the bear that they were tracking. 2 of the people that were targeted by Cates were Nate and his wife Liv. Cates and the 3 people helping him, along with the mechanical Zeus, showed up at Nate's homestead, and when Nate's wife Liv opened the door, they set off the mechanical bear, killing her instantly. Passing Cates and his crew on their way out from Nate's was Joe Pickett's oldest daughter, Sheridan. Sheridan had studied under Nate and became a professional falconer. She was just coming back from a job using her 4 falcons, and she was putting them back in the hutches at Nate's. She saw Liv on the front porch of the house, got their toddler daughter from in the house, and immediately called her father and went to her parents' home. Cates, after leaving Nate, was on his way to Joe Pickett's home. In the meantime, Nate, having gotten the message regarding his wife, went to Joe's and sought revenge on 3 of the 4 who killed his wife. The 4th person had already taken off in a stolen car. The end of the book certainly left it wide open for the next Joe Pickett adventure. Take the time to read this novel. It will keep you up late with all the twists and turns. The day I started to read 3-Inch Teeth, I was up until 2:45 a.m. reading and finished it when I got up the next morning. Treat yourself to some adventure and the wild outdoors in Wyoming.